The story begins with a man named William Traynor whose life looked perfect. He is very rich, he has a beautiful girlfriend. But then one morning everything changed. When he was getting late for work without paying much attention in the rain. He was so busy in a call that he tried to stop a taxi on the road without paying attention. Then a horn sounded, which blinded him. And suddenly, the sound of the tires scratching was heard. After this, we see a girl named Louisa Clark. She is a very mischievous and cheerful girl. She always has a smile on her face. She is a waitress in a cafe. She smiles on her face in her colorful clothes and serves coffee, tea, cakes, etc. to customers in the cafe. She doesn't want much in her life. She was doing fine. But then one day the cafe closed. And her boss apologized and said that now you won't even have a job. Then we see Louisa at her house, which was very middle class. Everyone was working, but still they were barely making ends meet. Then at dinner they argued about this. But Louisa's mother was sure that she would soon find something new. The next morning, Louisa met her boyfriend Patrick at the local athletics track. She tried to encourage him and said, "Don't stop. There are plenty of jobs in the world. Don't be afraid, you will definitely get a job. But keep trying to find a job." Now what did Louisa have to lose? That's why she went to an employment office. But there she found out that she had tried many jobs in the past. But none of them seemed right for her. Now there is only one job left that may be useful for her. The officer told her that this is a caretaker's job. That means she has to take care of a handicapped man. She doesn't need any special experience for this. And this was a perfect job for Louisa. That's why she said yes without hesitation. Then the next day, Louisa went for a job interview. That place was an old palace. This also showed that the people living here are very rich. Seeing all this, Louisa's middle-class mind got a little nervous. The beginning of her interview was a little awkward. During her interview, her skirt also tore a little. Louisa often does such stupid things. Camilla Traynor, who was interviewing her, that woman was very royal and royal personality. In front of her, Louisa's confused actions seemed very strange. But poor Louisa was helpless from her habit. She kept talking without stopping. She had no control over herself. And slowly by her words, Camilla found out her simplicity and innocence. Louisa thought that I was not going to get a job. But then Camilla asked if she could start working immediately. As soon as she heard this, Louisa was very happy. After this, Camilla showed Louisa the whole house. There she told that this job is actually for her son, who had become a handicap 2 years ago after an accident. While explaining the small details of her job, Camilla cleared that Louisa's job is not of a paid caretaker. More than that, she will have to be a friend, who spends time with Will and talks. Although she found this a little strange. But Louisa was still happy that she got a job. Then when Louisa met Will for the first time, she couldn't understand much. Will was sitting on a wheelchair with his scattered hair and beard. First of all, Will started making strange sounds from his mouth, as if he deliberately wants to make Louisa feel strange. And when he started talking, there was a joke in his words and a kind of hatred. He was sitting on a chair all day and his mind was bitter. Hearing Will's taunts, Louisa didn't like this job at all. Anyway, when Louisa came back home, she saw that everything was messed up. There was a lot of stuff in the house, the kitchen was scattered, and everyone was looking worried. But as soon as Louisa told that she got a job, the whole family got up happily. Then the next day at work, Will's physical therapist Nathan told Louisa that you don't need to pick up Will or do anything like this. On this, Louisa asked, "Then what do I have to do?" So even Nathan didn't have a special answer. He just said that maybe your job is to keep Will happy. But Louisa's first conversation with Will was not good at all. She tried to convince Will to come out with me, but Will taunts everything. He was also very rude. Then he said directly that you talk a lot. If you are around me, speak a little less. This made Louisa's mind a little sour. Louisa tried very hard not to show that she felt bad, but it was clear on her face. Then we see that she used to sit alone in the garden and have lunch, especially from Will. Despite such a bad start, Louisa decided to work instead of quitting her job. Every day she would come in her colorful clothes and try her best to make Will feel a little comfortable and happy. Every day Will would look more confused when he saw her. He was thinking that this girl doesn't feel insulted at all or doesn't have any self-respect. Meanwhile, Louisa was talking to her sister Traynor about Will. Gradually, the conversation came to Traynor, where she said that she is thinking about starting her studies again. But after hearing this, Louisa was upset, because it meant that she would have to stay at home and take care of her parents alone. Traynor also felt bad for her, but she had no choice. It was necessary for her, and Louisa understood it. The next morning, when Louisa reached Will's house, she found out that some of Will's old friends had come to meet her. It was a little different, and looking at Camilla's expression, it seemed as if she didn't want Will to meet her. The people who came were Will's best friend Rupert and his ex-girlfriend Alicia. From their conversation, it was clear that there was bitterness in their relationship. Here Louisa was watching everything from the side, and her face was clearly hurting. But things got worse when Rupert said that he and Alicia are not only dating, but now they are also engaged. Both of them wanted to give this news to Will together. But Will was heartbroken after hearing all this. But like every time, he hid his feelings in his bitter and cold words. When Alicia was leaving, she admitted in front of Louisa that after the accident, she wanted to live with Will. But I can't help a person who doesn't want to help himself. Louisa didn't say anything about this, but it was clear from her face that she didn't agree with this. Anyway, after they left, Louisa heard a loud noise from the other room. She immediately went there and saw that Will's framed photos were scattered on the floor. Felt like Will himself had dropped them. Later, when Louisa was with her boyfriend Patrick, she was still talking about Will. She said that I can't believe that life has done so much harm to poor Will. On top of that, his closest friend and his ex are going to marry each other. Seeing all this, that poor guy must have felt more of his disability. He was feeling very bad for Will, but Patrick didn't care about it. He was thinking about something else. Actually, he had convinced Louisa to go to Norway. There is going to be a race where he wants to participate with his friends. Louisa didn't know about this before, and when she found out, she was so scared that she couldn't say anything. Patrick wasn't going to back down after hearing this. That's why he pretended to be very happy. Now the next day at work, Will saw Louisa fixing those photos, which he had broken yesterday. He immediately said that I don't want these photos to be fixed. I don't want to see myself in that form anymore. He doesn't like anything that reminds him of his old life. This makes him feel more helpless. Now he started getting angry at Louisa that who did you ask to fix this crazy girl? But this time Louisa didn't keep quiet. She also replied and said that first stop behaving like this, because I haven't done anything like this with you. In anger, she also said that I don't have any interest in sitting here and talking to you. I'm just doing this job for money. I need it a lot. And this seems to have touched Will. That afternoon, Will suddenly asked Louisa to watch a movie with him. Louisa doesn't like to watch movies with subtitles, but still she said yes. But in a little while, she liked that movie a lot. They had a good conversation about this for the first time. After this, there was something even more shocking. Will said, "Let's go out for a while." Now their conversation began to grow, and the two began to feel good with each other. When Camilla also saw this, she was very happy. Anyway, during a hospital trip, Nathan clearly explained to Louisa how difficult Will's life is. He said that there is no chance of him getting well. And the worst thing was that because of his condition, he can easily get sick. He also said that he keeps getting sick. He never gets normal. Now Louisa understood that her life was not as easy as Will tries to show. Then that night, when Louisa went to watch a movie with Patrick, she asked him to watch a foreign movie. But Patrick didn't pay attention to her and bought a comedy movie ticket. Anyway, a few days later, it was snowing outside, but Will was sick inside. He had a high fever, and his father told Louisa to keep an eye on him. Louisa did exactly that. But as time passed, his condition got worse. She tried to call for help, but in the middle of sleep, Will said, "Don't worry, everything will be fine." But many hours passed, and his condition was getting worse. Finally, Nathan reached there, and as soon as he saw Will's condition, he got very scared. He immediately tried his best to save him. Meanwhile, Louisa saw cut marks on Will's wrist, and she understood that Will hides his feelings. He is lying that everything is fine. What he says in front of others is just a fake. He was very sad inside. That night, Louisa stayed with Will even though she didn't need him. She sat next to him and watched an old birthday video that her friends had made. In that video, Will looked like a very different person. He was very lively, happy, and energetic. Anyway, when Will opened his eyes, he still saw Louisa in his room. They talked more and their friendship grew. Gradually, Will's behavior also started improving. But the situation got worse when Louisa heard Will's parents fighting. Then it was found that Will had made an arrangement that he would go to Switzerland after 6 months and die peacefully. As a mother, Camilla didn't approve of this. She didn't want this to happen, but Will's father thought it was Will's decision, and those people have no right to speak in this. After hearing all this, Louisa was very upset, and she thought of quitting the job. But her sister told her that the end of the story shouldn't be like this. In fact, Louisa still has 6 months in which she can show Will that life is worth living like this, even if she couldn't walk. Now Louisa told this plan to Will's parents, and they said that if she succeeded in taking Will out of the house, then they would help her in every way. Now Louisa knew that Will would not go anywhere by himself. That's why she lied that Nathan has never seen a horse race. He wants to go there. Then when the two went there, Louisa was very excited. But then Will's wheelchair suddenly got stuck in the mud. This made Will feel embarrassed. But then some people came and helped him. Even after this little problem, everything was looking fine, and Will was also enjoying a little. But later they went to a restaurant where they were forbidden to serve. After that, Louisa created a scene there. This made Will a little embarrassed and his whole day was ruined. But Louisa told Will that I have tickets to the Mozart concert, because she has never been to such a concert. Will didn't want to go first, but then after a little hesitation, he agreed. That night Louisa got ready very well, and she was looking very beautiful. Will also wore a suit. Both were looking good together. That night was very good, and Will was happy to be with Louisa more than the show. He liked all this so much that when he was returning home, he said that let's sit in the car for a while and listen to music. Louisa immediately agreed to this. Then a few days later, Louisa invited Will to her house for dinner on her birthday. Dinner was going very well, but then Patrick came there, and his jealousy for Will was clearly visible. Will also saw this and started making fun of it. He started flirting with Louisa so that he could make Patrick angry. Anyway, an angry Patrick gifted Louisa a very strange necklace, which Louisa deliberately showed while pretending to be so cute. While Will took a special stocking for her, and Louisa really liked it, so much that she started dancing happily. Then the next day, Will took Louisa on a tour of a nearby fort. There he told Louisa about his favorite place, which was Paris, and a small cafe there where he used to go many times before. Louisa told him that let's go there. But Will explained to him that I want to go there exactly the way I used to go before, not with this useless body. Then after returning home, Louisa's father celebrated his new job. It was found that Will's father had given him maintenance work in the palace. Louisa was happy, but she was also a little worried that this job was not given to her father for the wrong reason. Then Will explained to him that it only means that you don't have to worry about everyone now. Now she can think about herself a little. Then came the day of Rupert and Alicia's wedding, where Will and Louisa went together. The beginning was a little strange, but slowly everything started to get normal. Then Louisa took a drink and told Will to meet people. After that, Will's friend Mary said bad things about Alicia, that she left you when the time came. She said that Will is a special person, and Louisa should be happy that she met Will. Louisa also agreed with this. And to show this, she took Will to the dance floor. People were looking at them, but they didn't care about anyone. Then the night ended when Will was speeding up the wheelchair on the road, and Louisa was sitting on his lap. They were enjoying laughing together. Then the next day, Will's mother was worried that he was out all night, and even Nathan didn't like the fact that Will was drunk. But both felt a change. That Will is looking happier than before. After this, we see Patrick and Louisa training together. While running, when they were planning their holiday, Louisa remembered that she had to stay with Will at that time. Look, you'll have to go alone. Hearing this, Patrick got angry. He thought that Louisa gives more time to Will than him. Louisa tried to explain to him that this is important, but Patrick left in anger. Despite all this, Louisa found out that Will was still adamant. She didn't cancel the plan to go to Switzerland, but she thought that if she gives a last chance, maybe she can change her mind. So now she planned a big holiday. She wanted to save Will's life by risking her life. Anyway, one night before leaving, Patrick surprised Louisa. But when he found out that Louisa was going on vacation with Will, he got even more angry. He thought that Louisa was cheating him. Patrick left without listening to Louisa. Anyway, their holiday was going perfectly. The weather was beautiful, and both enjoyed their day near the pool and beach. Then at night, when there was a storm outside, Louisa helped Will to lie on his bed. But then that moment stopped there, and she came to him and lied down. Forgetting everything, they came close to each other, and both kissed each other. That moment was very beautiful and perfect in every way. The next day, everything was just as good, and Louisa was feeling very happy. But that night, when she told Will what was in her heart, everything turned upside down. Will said that "I love you too," but he clearly said that he would not change his mind. He still wanted to go to Switzerland. Louisa's heart broke, and she said that "You are so selfish." But Will told her that he can't live such a life. This is not his life. Apart from this, Will also did not want Louisa to hate him for all those things that he will never be able to give her because of his condition. Louisa was not ready to listen to him. She cried a lot and left after her heart broke. The strange thing was that Will was also broken from inside. Anyway, when he returned home, everything had changed. Will's parents thought that maybe now there is a chance. But seeing Louisa's sad face, they realized their biggest fear. Louisa told them that she can't do anything even if she wants to. And as soon as she heard this, Camilla cried. Then that night, Louisa told her family everything. Her mother was very angry about this, but her father remained calm. He told her that you can't change a person. You can only accept them as they are and love them, and also hope that this love is enough. Then Louisa realized that she has made a big mistake. She should have been with Will in his last moments, not away from him. Now she immediately left for Switzerland, where Will was about to take his last breath. On the last day of Will's life, Louisa helped him in a way that she knew. She went to bed with him, and they held each other and lied down quietly. It was a very beautiful moment for them. Then a few days later, we see that Louisa was in Paris. She was in the same small cafe about which Will had told her that it was his favorite place. Then we hear that Will had left a last goodbye letter for Louisa. In that letter, Will thanked Louisa from his heart and then asked her to move on in life. In addition, it was also written in the letter that he had left a big property for Louisa. Now she had so much that she could live her life for herself without taking anyone's responsibility. Finally, Louisa was roaming the streets of Paris, where a new beautiful life was waiting for her. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.